YouTube, how it do it. I know this is kind of random. I know I can't even tell you the last time I even did an AEW Rampage review recap, but I think tonight's I can make an exception. I kind of stated on SmackDown how it was bittersweet. Final SmackDown of 2024. Final SmackDown they're ever going to do 2 hours. But this AEW Rampage is also bittersweet. Even though the show was already taped, this AEW Rampage, this was the final AEW Rampage ever. And when I mean ever, like it's gone. After tonight, there will there will no longer be AEW Rampage. AEW Rampage will it will pretty much be non-existent. A complete dark void, complete nothingness. And the ending was really cool. I thought obviously this was the final AEW show before World's End, so you needed the world title match to pretty much go crazy, or the final build to it. So I thought that was really cool seeing the Death Riders brawl out with pretty much the entire AEW roster. I thought that was a pretty fitting end to AEW Rampage, and it was time, man. I know some people, AEW diehards, some AEW people out there were probably hoping that AEW Rampage would continue on, but it's probably best if they just leave it. There are rumors that AEW is doing a another show called AEW Shockwave, so we can only hope that AEW puts a lot more emphasis on that show than they do this show. But as of right now, and Tony Khan, he did a whole interview about it. He basically was like stating that Dynamite and Collision was going to be his main focus. So we'll just see how he does that. But one thing that you can never take away about this show, AEW Rampage, the greatest moment in not just AEW Rampage history, not just in AEW history, but probably one of the craziest moments to happen in pro wrestling of this decade. And that was the return of CM Punk. Now, obviously, CM Punk, we all know he left AEW under some bad terms. All right, the dude literally got into an altercation with Tarzan. But regardless of how you feel about CM Punk, you cannot lie. That debut he had on the first dance was flipping crazy. I mean, you had grown men crying. Okay, dude hadn't been in the business for 7 years, and to come back in his hometown and a reaction like that was absolutely insane. It was one of the best day returns in wrestling of this time period. Um, you can't take that away. You can never take that away, regardless of what happens to AEW in the year. You can never ever take that moment away. That is a top five AEW debut, even. But yeah, man. You also saw tonight Jericho took on Anthony Bowens, Nick Wayne took on Hook. So yeah, that was pretty much AEW Rampage tonight. And another thing, AEW Rampage, man. They had some good matches. It started off good with AEW Rampage. It seemed promising at first, 1 hour of just complete straight up wrestling. But then over time, it just came to the point where it was just like, what's AEW Rampage? Like, what's the meaning behind it? Why is it even here? Basically, that pretty much sums it all up.